my apartment and get a job. So the first thing I did was I was able to get hired at my local elementary school where I grew up going to school at. Hired me as a teacher's assistant and paid me really good money. It was really good money. After that, I found someone that was selling a car here in Nashville. I'm still in Jackson, Tennessee, and they promised me, I don't know what made him do this for me. I would just say it's the favor of God. But he promised that he would hold the car for me until I saved up the money to buy the car. Y'all, by May of that next year, I had saved up the money to buy the car. So I was in the car. I was back in my apartment, and the job that I had worked during the while I was in Jackson, they had it set up where, since I was working as an assistant teacher, they paid me through the summer. So I was able to move back to Murfreesboro in May and be paid all the way to August and didn't have to worry about anything. And I decided to re-enroll in school for another year until I figured out what I wanted to do. So that really took me down the road of goal setting. I started setting goals and achieving goals and doing everything. And y'all, that was like a 10-year span of boom, 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 boom. I was going. So we came up to maybe like 2016, 2017, 2018. And during those years, I went through 2 different relationships, guys. You know, I was really big on wanting, I had a goal. I wanted to be in a relationship. I wanted to be in a committed relationship. I wanted to be married. And so that was always in the back of my head, all while I was doing all of the ambitious things I was doing. I wanted a relationship. So I ended up getting with one guy, and it ended horribly. After that, I ended up getting with another guy that all my friends said were great. He ended up being horrible. And y'all, I found myself in 2018 dealing with a broken heart. And that really touched my soul. And I had to take a minute to reflect and say, okay, Cameo, what is the life that you want? What is the level up mindset that you need to have? And what's the growth mindset that you need to have? And I figured out that what I had not been doing is putting myself first. So I said, you know what, if I can give people all of me like this, I can take the time to put myself first. So you know what I did? I started traveling. All of 2018, I went everywhere anyone asked me to go. I went. It didn't matter where it was. I went. I went to San Francisco. I went to New Orleans. I went to Atlanta. I went to so many places. Florida. We went to so many places. Wherever anyone asked me to go, I would go. And I would do things that I had never done. Like we went parasailing. And y'all, I am afraid of heights, but I was on that parasailing. I told myself, you're going to do this because you're going to do things that push you out of your comfort zone, and you're going to put yourself first. I told myself that. So I did that. That year, I decided that I wanted to do something different. I wanted to spend New Year's Eve in another city. I had never done that before. So I decided to, myself and 2 of my friends, we took a trip to Miami. And baby, we had the best time. We had a beautiful hotel room. We rented a drop-top Camaro. I mean, not a Camaro, a drop-top Mustang. We rode around the city. We was on South Beach. We was on the beach, baby. We was in the clubs. We were everywhere. We had a great time. And so the morning of New Year's Day, January the 1st, 2019, I got up in the morning, and one of my best friends got up. And she looked at me and said, hey, want to go down to the pool with me? And I said, sure, if you'll go down and set goals with me. And she was like, okay. So we get down to the pool, and we're sitting around this beautiful pool, and we're enjoying the sun, and we have our notebooks out, and we're writing out our goals for the year. And she looks at me, and she says, Cameo, you know you do this every year. And I said, what? And she said, every year you get us on a call, and you ask all of our friends to tell you their goals, and we tell you our goals, and then you pray for us. And I thought, wow, she's right. I do this every year. So keep that in mind. So when we got back to Nashville, Tennessee, she called me. She said, Cameo, I'm hosting a retreat for my board, and I would love for you to come and do a goal-setting workshop. Y'all, I had never done a goal-setting workshop before, but since I had said yes to myself and I had said I was staying out of my comfort zone, guess what your girl said? Yes, I'll do it. So I went to work. Figuring out, okay, what must I do in order to be an effective goal setter? What are some of the things I need to do and what others need to do to be effective in their goals? So I sat down and I monitored my life. I looked back over my life and I thought about the times when I was doing really good with my goal setting. Then I thought about the times when I wasn't doing so good with my goal setting. And I came up with this 6-step process called the Best Life Formula. Off of that process, I have written a book. I have a Best Life Base membership, and I'll tell you way more about that if you stay to the end of this video. But so I wrote down that 6-step process. I did the retreat for her board, and I fell in love, baby. That goal setting bug pinch your girl, and I was like, ooh, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. So I just started doing goal setting tours all over Nashville, Murfreesboro, Jackson, Tennessee. I was just going everywhere telling people about their goals and talking to them about their goals. And it just took off from there. And with this 6-step process that I've been using, I've been able to start my television show, the Cameo Bobo Show, live in Music City. I'm starting this new television show, Your Best Life of Cameo Bobo. I've written a book, relaunched the book. I have a clothing line. I have a lipstick line. I've won awards. I've done great things in my personal life, like send my son to college by paying his tuition. I've been able to buy a house. All of these things I've done, guys. I've worked with major celebrities. I've had great endorsements. I've had wonderful opportunities. And all of these things came by me using my 6-step process, the Best Life Formula. But let me get to the topic of why you guys came to watch this video. So before you start setting your goals, one thing you must do is put yourself first. Yes, you. You have to put yourself first. You have to put yourself first, and that is a mindset shift. That means, let me tell you something, for all of you people who are givers like I am and always selfless, and I'm a servant leader. I love to serve as I love to lead. So I want to tell you this. You have to put yourself first. If you do not put yourself first, you will not be able to show up rightfully and energetically for anyone else in your life. You have to get clear about what's important to you. You have to get determined and make a commitment to yourself to always put yourself first. So that's the first thing you need to do in order to be a goal achiever and see the results you want in your life. Second thing you need to do is you need to put your goals first. You have to put your goals first. You have to get clear about what you want to achieve, and you have to make that a priority, guys. There is no way for you to be successful. If you look at anyone who is successful, I don't care who you look at. If you look at their life, you'll see how they put themselves first and they put their goals first. They're clear about what they want to achieve, why they want to achieve it, and they've created a plan to get it. Speaking of plan, if we go back to my illustration of how I planned to have an easy senior year so that I could party and have a really good time, I made a plan for that. But I didn't make a plan to go to New York to start my fashion career And since I didn't make a plan for that, what ended up happening? Life. And I ended up having a beautiful baby boy that I love so much, okay? That was a life-changing moment for me that ended up being a huge blessing for me. But I just want to tell you guys, if you just create a plan, you will see the changes you want in life. You will see your life unfold the way you want it to unfold. You can't stroll through life haphazardly. You have to make a plan. I tell people all of this, and I tell my clients and everyone that I work with, I give them this example. If you knew that you were going on a trip to Jamaica, that trip would be planned from A to Z. You would know what time you need to be at the airport. You would know what passport you needed. You would know what check-in time was. You would know what swimsuits you were wearing. You would know what outfits you were wearing. You would know what excursions or trips you were taking. You would know what rental car you were gonna ride in. The hotel room, the view from the hotel. You would know everything. You probably will look up the resort and even look at their menu to see what kind of drinks they have. That's how together you would be. That's how I want you to approach your life. That's how I want you to think about your life. I want you to plan out your life the same way that you would plan out your vacation. So these are the things you must do before you even start setting goals. Is number 1, decide to put yourself first. Number 2, decide to put your goals first. Number 3, create a plan for your goals. Okay. If you all enjoyed that, you guys will love my book, The Best Life Formula. It is available on my website. All the information will be there. CameoBobo.com. Type click on my book, and you'll see all the information. The book also comes with a goal planner that I'll tell you about on another episode. And I just want you guys to know that it is time for you to release your inner greatness, give your goals 100%, and live your best life. And your best life coach, Cameo Bobo, is going to make sure you do that.